Welcome to a long-awaited episode of Rewind the Times and No Leftovers. Sorry guys, it's been a really long time. We've had a lot happening the last 2 weeks. We lost our dog. Colson was here, he wasn't here. They went camping. Then unexpectedly they went camping again. And I'm just working, so we're just doing life, but we do miss making channels. So we're really excited too because I'm sorry about the delay. It's almost been 2 weeks for Colston. It's been almost 2 weeks for my video too. But the good thing is, we came on today to talk about my favorite movie in the Friday the 13th series, Friday the 13th Part 2. And what I love about this movie is, Colston, get up, our Gutter Gobs.
And it
Friday
is part 2.
The 13th Part 2 shirt came in. This is the first time we're actually talking about a shirt with the video that has to do with. Look at that. I love Sackheads Jason. Gutter Gobs knocked this out of the pop. The poster's just coming in. It'll be here Thursday.
And he's wearing a sweatshirt.
And I got the zippy hood, the zip hoodie, which is like a sweatshirt. This movie, I'm going to be very biased when I talk about this movie because this movie is my favorite in the whole series. I love Friday the 13th Part 2.
Mine's part 6.
His is Part 6, so when we talk about that, he'll definitely watch. Did you already showcase your Part 6 shirt? I can't remember. But Part 5 shirt's coming on later on in the fall. But Part 2 is my favorite in the whole series. It's got some iconic lines, some memorable characters, and it has Ginny, who I believe is the best final girl in the whole Friday the 13th series. So basically what it is how Friday the 13th Part 2 starts off. This is where Jason comes in. Part 1, as we talked about in our last video, is Jason's mother, Mrs. Voorhees. Sorry guys, got a little bit of a tickle. Mrs. Voorhees is the one, she's the killer, and she is the one that's doing all the killing at Camp Crystal Lake. Well, at the end, you see a little slime boy that comes out of the water. That is Jason. And in Part 2, it's 5 years later after Part 1. But in reality, it's only a year later, because Part 2 was made in 81, and Friday the 13th Part 1 was made in 80. So, basically what it is it's Packanack Lodge is a council place where counselors go. Paul Holt runs it. It's basically a training facility for counselors, and that's where we see Ginny. I mean, this cast is just this is one of the best casts. There's Mark, who's in the handicap. Stu Charlo plays one of the characters in this game. He's from Once Bitten. I love him. He's the comical guy. He actually survives in this movie. So basically, it's 5 years later from Friday the 13th Part 1, and the killings have died down, and they don't want the killings to start up again, except the killings start up again. And one by one, just like any other Jason movie, one by one the counselors start getting killed.
And that's the thing I liked about the movie, because every beginning of the movie, they talk about Jason, and he always comes.
Right. And what's cool about this movie that's so memorable is you have the Mark kill, which is the one where he gets hit.
That's my favorite kill.
In the wheelchair, and he goes down the stairs.
That's my favorite kill.
Awesome kill.
It's just detailed. That's what I like about the kills.
Oh, so awesome.
Like they create. There's only every single movie. There's one creative kill, like Fatal Games, one underwater one. There's
awesome kill.
I love underwater kills because they're kind of interesting. But like when we did the Valentine, when the girl died in that tub with the glass over it,
Yep.
that was a cool kill. But I just like when movies add details because it's more creative.
Yeah. Russell Todd's killer get killed in this movie. He's the one that gets hung upside down because he's chasing that girl and he takes her and he hides her clothes. That's a good kill too. The only thing you'll notice about that when the Russell Todd killed, I forget the character he plays, because Russell Todd, he's in Chopping Mall, which we like Chopping Mall.
You remind me of that one.
I love Chopping Mall. But Russell Todd, he's the one. The thing is, when Jason kills him, the blade is actually turned backwards. Which when I'll watch it again with you, the blade is supposed to be facing forward. He actually cuts him with the back of the blade, which it's a mess up, and they didn't fix it in enough time, which is hilarious because usually like if they did a movie like that nowadays, there'd be no mess ups, and there was a mess up in that movie and it got through. There is the sheriff who gets that hammer in the back of the head. Who else gets killed in the movie?
Wasn't that the first kill?
Oh, that was the first major one. Yep. There is there's also the two couple. They're kissing on the bed, and he takes the arrow.
Oh yeah, he takes the arrow and like puts it through both.
He puts it through both of them.
But that's what I like about that detail. Like at the end of the movie, both of the survivors, which Ginny and Paul come in the room, and they think they see blood on the bed, But when they try to lift the blanket, Ginny was just about to do it, and Jason pops up out of the blanket.
Oh, it's awesome. And this Jason has 2 Jasons in it. So let me explain this. The monster that jumps out, that's actually Wellington. Oh man, I'm forgetting his freaking name. He was actually supposed to. His last name is Wellington, something Wellington. Oh, it's gonna kill me because it's. He's the one that said that he was the original Jason in this movie, and he wasn't. Basically, what it was is they wanted him to be Jason in the movie, and he couldn't act or he couldn't do the stunts, but he did that one stunt. And the real Jason in this movie, rest in peace, I wanted to meet him, is Steve Dash. His real name is Steve Dashowich, but they call him Steve Dash. He is actually he plays Jason in every other scene. He talks about behind the
You
scenes.
actually talked to me about wanting to meet him. I'm pretty sure you only got to meet one person because he has a poster of Part 5, and like
Tom Walker.
and the guy that plays Jason in that.
It's Tom.
He got signed.
Yeah,
by
it's Tom Walker, but Steve Dash is the one. And I love Part 5. We'll talk when we talk about
Oh,
Part
yeah,
5. I love Part 5.
I also said something weird in this movie. I don't know why it just popped into my head. At the end of the movie, when it showed Jason unmasked with the beanbag on his head, I said it looked like that monster from the Goonies.
Well, Sloth. He does. He looks.
It looks like that, but with just long hair.
Yeah. He does. No, he does actually look kind of like a Sloth. Because what are you supposed to be? Is he supposed to be kind of like an inbred person?
I know why they try to make him look like that because, like in Part 1, when he pulls her out the boat, he kind of looked like that. Jason had the weird face because after what happened.
Well, think about this. If they're going on that Jason who survived at the end of Part 1. Okay, so he was a young boy when he pulled Alice in the water. So that means from that time until now,
they try to make him look
Jason
like older.
grew. Yeah, he grew.
They try to make him look older.
Yeah, so that means he's been surviving on like bugs and fish and eating this and eating that. So he's kind of like I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to discriminate, but like a hillbilly inbred kind of look like. That's why his eyes over here, his hair's over here. He's got a bump on. Close, stand up. I mean, stand up for a second. Okay. Perfect example. Here's a picture of him. That's it right there. Gutter Garbs, all these shirts, they have like a picture and then the face. I love that. Look at that. That's what he looks like.
Because that's what reminded me of the monster from.
Yeah, it looks like Sloth. It looks like Sloth. So awesome job. Tom Savini didn't do the makeup in this. Didn't do the special effects in this movie, but the special effects are still awesome. So so Colson, I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. I love every Jason movie has a final girl, which Ginny is the final girl in this movie. Every Jason movie has a rain in it.
That's what I like. They don't do a lot of boy survivors, but girls are actually kind of better than boy survivors.
Well, in the Jason series, that's why they're known for the final girls. Even in Friday the 13th, I'm not Friday the 13th. I'm sorry.
I always thought they do survivor girls because like the girls like matched with Jason's mother. That I always thought of that.
Well, I just looked at it as most of the time guys are I hate to say this, but the more powerful ones, no discriminating, but we're masculine.
They protect the girls.
But in this one, I like how in the Friday and even in the Nightmare on Elm Street, the girls, the final girls, even
I think
Halloween
there was only
too,
one Jason movie that there was a boy survivor, and that was Part 6 with Tommy.
Well, he's not. It's not that he's a survivor.
Because
he's the final one. They call him the final one. Yeah, I think he is. It's Tommy. Yeah, Tommy Jarvis. So, in this movie, love Part 2. I love the Sackhead Jason. I remember Steve Dash saying that when he played Jason behind the scenes, a lot of the stunts were kind of hard to do. A lot of the battle scenes were hard to do. There was another thing that he did because when he was running, the sack would bounce all over the place. What he did was he took double stick tape and put it on the outside of the mask on the inside and glued it to his eyes so when he was running, it would never move, which is smart. So this year, when we go trick-or-treating, with me and Colson and my oldest son, JJ, Caden's gonna go. My girlfriend's son. We're gonna go out. I don't think Caden's gonna do it, but me, JJ, and Colson, we're gonna go out. Yeah, he isn't that big horror, and that's okay. He's not a big horror fan. That's okay. We're gonna go out with our favorite Jasons. I'm gonna be Part 2. You're gonna be what? Part.
1 year we should do Michael Myers.
No, hold on. What Jason are you gonna be?
Parts. So my dad, I wanted to try to do Part 7.
Which is gonna be hard.
But that might be hard. So if they don't have Part 7, I'm gonna do Part 6 because Dad already has like the real mask that they use.
And JJ will do Part 5 because that's JJ's favorite one is Part 5.
But I always thought like 1 year we should I know like Michael Myers kind of looks the same, but the masks looks different.
Yeah, well,
like, we could
they
do
are
like
different.
that.
Well, 1 and 2. Well, we'll talk more about that when we do Halloween. That's a whole other thing because 1 and 2 is actually the same masks. Believe it or not, it stayed in Deborah Hill's bed for Part 2. That's why the mask looks.
Something I want to be for Halloween is the Bloody Valentine Killer.
I want to be John Carver one year, so we can talk about that as we go. Yeah, we can talk about that older. But this year we're going out as Jason. I think I'm gonna record it this year. He's gonna be part. He's gonna try for part 7. It's hard. Anyone that knows the New Blood.
Because it's just the mask.
No, it's not even the mask. It's his hand. It's the back. It's all skeleton.
It's just so detailed.
hard, but it's really hard.
Really cool.
But if not,
it's not my favorite one because that one's kind of bad. But the one.
Don't give it away. Don't talk about But he's gonna go as part 6, and I'm gonna do part 2, which
if
is
they don't
easy.
have part 7.
Yeah, if they don't have part 7, then Jason's gonna be part 5. So okay, so Colson, I always ask you in this. I love Friday the 13th part 2. You know that the body count continues. That's the slogan. What is your favorite kill in the movie?
The wheelchair one. I kind of have 2.
Mm-hmm.
I have the wheelchair one, and I have when he was hanging up.
Okay.
The only thing I felt the only thing I felt weird about that kill, because Dad told me this, like if that actually happens to you in real life, if blood like comes down to your brain, that can affect you like.
You will for a long time. I mean, you can stay. Yeah,
it takes a while
you
because
can, but
you
you
have
can
a
die
lot
from
of
it.
blood
Yeah,
in your
you
body
can.
that like there's like
Yeah.
all your veins are like kind of
Veins,
blocking that.
veins,
Yeah, the
veins, yeah.
veins like it's kind of like blocking it, so it like kind of moves slow.
Yeah. So my favorite kill is definitely Mark. And I actually like the couple when they get stabbed together. I like that one.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So my other question I'm gonna ask, because I usually we have 2 questions, but I'm gonna do 3 questions this video. So the second one is, this is a very simple one. If this was a NECA figure, would you own it?
Yeah, because
Yes.
they already did.
They already made it, and I already own it.
Especially when he, you know.
When I pass away one day. It's
me
okay.
and JJ, me and my brother are actually gonna split. Those.
I'm gonna split up my horror. Well, let's hope Dad doesn't go anywhere soon. and
Hopefully.
I mean, I love him. I hope I don't go nowhere either soon. And okay, 1 out of 10. What would you rank this movie? 1 being and 10 being the best. What would you rank this? And this is your opinion. It don't matter. Just make sure you give a good thought on it.
There's a lot of details in it, and like that's what I like about movies because I like movies that have chapters. Like they're making an Violence Nature 2 movie.
Yes,
they're making obviously a Thanksgiving.
You like
2
movies that have more.
They have
sequels,
like more,
sequels,
yeah. Because like.
Yeah.
That's what I like because if they have like a chapter 2 or a part 2, the thing I like about that is that like the story, it's the story and it's like the details,
Yeah.
and like the thing that I like about it is the storylines. That's what I like the most.
Okay, but what would
so
you?
if I had to pick,
Yeah,
I would do an 8 or a 9.
Well, good to pick only one. You can only do 1.
9.
Okay, well me, because I'm gonna sound so biased, and that's okay because it's our channel. Mine is a 10. This is my favorite in the whole group. I absolutely love this one. I've loved this one since I was a kid, and people say to me, "How do you like it so much?" Jason's not even wearing the mask. There's just something about this movie that it could be nostalgic because it is one of the first ones I've seen growing up. There's just something about the look too. I like the sack on the head. I don't know. I love the hockey mask. Don't get me wrong, and I play hockey too, so I like the hockey mask. I used to play hockey. Well, I'll still play hockey if I want to. But I love the mask. I love the sack. It's just something about that because it's like, ooh, what is underneath that? Like it's like if Jason never took off the sack on his head. I mean, it's your imagination creates who Jason is, right? It's almost like Jaws Part 1. You never knew what Jaws was going to be, the shark was going to look like, because they kept showing the POV, the point of, like, they were showing it through Jaws' eyes. So sometimes that's even more scarier because you don't know what it's going to be. And I like that. And then when they do unmask Jason, he really is, he's terrible, he's scary looking. I mean, I would run from that. I mean, I'll turn over. I would run from that, hell yeah. So, okay. So those are the questions. So listen, guys. Me and Colson, we're actually gonna write from this video. We're gonna go watch part 3.
Either one time this week, we are gonna do a review on our Deadpool and Wolverine movie on
we still do that. But today we're gonna watch Friday the 13th Part 3, and then we're gonna do a video. What else? What else are we gonna try to do this week? Because you only hear a few more days.
We're gonna try to do Totally the Killer.
Yep.
Or The Burning.
Oh, The Burning. But we're definitely getting part 3 in today, so we're going to try to do a video within the next 2 days. Tomorrow I'm taking the boys to Pop. I'm going to try to enjoy the weather, so. Alright, guys, so until the next time, like and subscribe. What do you say, Colson?
Make sure you hit that follow button and subscribe button and like button.
Yep, and until the next time, guys, take care, guys. Take care, guys. God bless.